on WCW, most all of them anyway, were created by Vince McMahon.
Right.
There's only one guy I think that Eric Bischoff could take credit for making a star, and that would be, you know who I'm talking about, brain dead. The football player from Georgia who played some pro ball.
What, Luger?
No.
Luger was there for a while. So.
Gosh, I'm just.
Goldberg.
I'm having Goldberg. Thank you. I had a senior moment. Yeah, I mean Goldberg. He's probably the only guy that he could take credit for creating, and even the storyline. The whole NWO thing was not Eric Bischoff's idea. That's an idea that he took from. It had already been done in Japan.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even a new idea.
I think that.
But it was.
Didn't Larry Zbyszko kind of want that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it was not a very well-run organization, and I just, once I realized that Eric was placing himself in the position that he had hired me for, I told him. I said, look, I'm walking out there every week, and now I don't have anything to say. I'm just like standing in the corner. And I said, I'm not Virgil.
Right.
I said, I didn't spend, 19 years making a name for myself to walk out there and just stand around like an idiot. And I said, so if you don't have something for me to do, then send me home, because you still have to pay me.
Right.
And that was the great thing about the contract. And so that's what they did for a while. And then when they brought me back as a babyface manager for the Steiners. Well, that reason was really because I had by that time started doing a lot of appearances on Christian television.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, the fact that, the whole mystique thing, the people know that it's a show. But if you see the two guys that are going to wrestle each other in the main event walk in the building together, it just kills it, right?
Right. A little bit.
So the whole idea of this maniacal $1 million man, now he's on Christian television telling everybody how much he loves Jesus and how he's really compassionate about people, and I think that's the reason they decided to turn me babyface. But I put in my 3 years, and that was the end of it. For that time anyway. And again, a lot of great guys, but just very poorly run company.
It seemed like anybody who had any affiliation with WWE that went to WCW, it was like, here's a guaranteed contract and an NWO t-shirt.
Right. Pretty much. Yeah.
So, they kind of, the idea was cool at the beginning, Hogan finally turning heel, I think resurrected his career, and probably added on another, legit 5 to 7 years of his career. But some of these guys just can't leave. They can't walk away. And Hogan was one of those guys who couldn't walk away. Ric Flair can't, one of these guys that just can't walk away. Obviously you said you had your reasons, personal and otherwise, where you needed to walk away.
There's there is life after wrestling, and
right.
And again for me, it's more of I call it a calling on my life.
Mm-hmm.
The ministry work that I do today is the primary purpose, and that's what I do most of the time. And I speak in churches and rehab centers and prisons, and again, my son Ted Jr. has come alongside me now, and we've like this summer. I should say he, because he did most of the work because I was traveling. But we hosted the ministry hosted our first sports camp, and had a lot of kids, and a lot of the kids were underprivileged kids from poor neighborhoods, and at the end of this camp, we gave one of these kids a $2,000 scholarship,
mm-hmm.
To go on to college. So we're doing a lot of things like that, and so that's and unfortunately, a lot of guys that get in the wrestling business, they either don't have anything else post wrestling. It's like, what do I do now? Then that's all they know. And I think this was just fortunate for me. I mean, I grew up wrestling. It's what I did. And who knows? I mean, I did go back to work for them for a little while, but I wasn't happy there.
Right.
It was like, like I had my run. I mean, almost 20 years. And I mean, when I say 20 years, I mean 20 years of that's your life. I mean, how many vacations did I have? Virtually none. It's just like, okay, that's enough. I just, it was my life.
Right. Okay. Right. We're gonna do some of the events that you got coming up. You're gonna be doing some appearances at a lot of conventions, some meet and greets. The first one I want to do is for you're doing a SummerSlam pay-per-view party for Matty Mill Events, and that's going to take place Sunday, August 21st, 7 o'clock to 11 at Nick's Roast Beef in Philadelphia, PA. People want to check that out. You can get in touch with Matty Mill at mattymillevents.com. You'll be signing autographs, meeting with the fans, and I guess watching the pay-per-view itself.
Yes, absolutely. Having a good time.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess that answers my questions.
I got to get to
still
Philly
watching
early enough to get a good cheesesteak sandwich.
That's funny because I've never, ever had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich from Philly. It's
really?
Yeah.
You know what? At least that's one thing I can say I have had. That's why I want it.
Yeah.
That's why I want my first stop to be.
I know there's plenty of places. There's like Gino's and Nick's and some other place. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of places that in the Philly area that supposedly are the best. It's like going to New York and having Ray's Pizza. There's like 30 of them.
Wow.
And they all call themselves the original.
Of course.
So check out mattymillevents.com for that SummerSlam pay-per-view party. I know Richie Sorrentino. I don't know what name he's bringing you in under. I just know it's my friend Richie Sorrentino. He'll be bringing you into a big event, which is was it November 19th?
19th.
Yeah, that's at the LaGuardia Plaza Hotel in East Elmhurst, New York. That's in Queens. And you'll be doing your meet and greet with the fans at the convention. And that's for anybody who hasn't been to a big event, it's exactly what it is. It's a big event. It's huge. There's tons of WWE, TNA, ECW, WCW stars, current, past, present. Even at one show, there was some future Tough Enough wrestlers there. So I mean, it's a big show. If you love wrestling, this is something you want to come to. There's Hall of Famers everywhere. And I want to bring in, I guess he's kind of like your booking agent, Bobby Rydell. I want to bring him in so he can fill us in on some of the other dates before I plug my own.
Okay, so I'm going to run down the litany of bookings here, which is good, over the next 4 months. So when you guys have this archived, I guess on Sunday, you can write this down. So I'm just going to go through it quick. August 20th. Which is a Saturday, Mohegan Sun. Mm-hmm. There's something called Terrificon that's happening up there at Mohegan Sun, the casino. Okay. Between 2 and 5, you can meet there. You can meet Ted there. As you stated earlier, August 21st, the SummerSlam party at Nick's Roast Beef. August 23rd, for you wrestling students out there, he'll be doing a wrestling seminar, the $1 Million Seminar, Platinum Fitness in Danbury, Connecticut. It's 203-628-7757. You can ask for Randy, or he's known as Jay Busta on the wrestling circuit. August 25th through the 27th, which is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, he'll be in Middlefield, Connecticut at Victory Christian Church. September 17th, Icons of the Ring, right there over in Philly. September 18th, Pro Wrestling Universe in Queens. September 24th and the 25th, RetroCon, which is in the Greater Philly Expo Center near the Fairless Hills area. October 1st and 2nd, WWA in Harrisburg for Dino Sano. October 6th, 7th, and 8th, big week there, Comic-Con in New York City at the Javits Center. Okay. November 19th is the big event, The evening of November 19th, which is your event, is at Warriors of Wrestling in Staten Island.
Right.
November 20th, Pro Wrestling World in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and that's 12 to 2. November 20th, in the evening, it's Survivor Series. So we've gone from SummerSlam now to Survivor Series. It's another pay-per-view party in Utica, New York. So that's where we're at right now for the
Wow,
man.
That's it.
And I'm looking. Yeah, well, that's. Oh my gosh, you know, and what he didn't have. I know I'm doing this. I'm doing another ministry event the weekend of October 13th through 16th in Pettisville, Ohio. It's called Man Cave's Men's Ministry. It's like I'll be there for like 4 days. You know, it'll be men's ministry, probably some school assemblies and what have you. And then I'm also doing the Santa Fe Comic-Con in Santa Fe, New Mexico, the 21st through the 23rd of October. And then I'm flying to Scotland.
Oh boy!
I'll be there the 28th and the 29th and the 30th. There's a guy who's got a small wrestling organization over there called SWE, and I've did several events for him, like 2 or 3 years in a row, and you know, kind of introduced some of the guys, got him some other talent going. And so I'm going back over there to do an event for him. But there's a friend of his that is such a huge wrestling fan. Matter of fact, he and his fiance were at WrestleMania this past year in Dallas. I mean, I think they go like every year, wherever it is. And I'm actually going to be officiating their wedding on the 30th of October in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Nice.
And God bless you. I love you, Roddy. I'm going to be dressed in a kilt.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna don't hang up. I'm just gonna take this out to commercials, but don't hang up yet. But I want to thank you for coming on and doing the interview, and you know, doing all the promoting for your shows, especially the two with us in November. Bobby, want to thank you for making this all happen and making it possible.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Fans, I hope you enjoyed this interview. We're going to go to commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have some more of the Indy Supershow, so sit tight.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hello, this is the intrepid traveler, Paul London. Good journey, y'all. When you're ready to whip your rock out, do it with Coach Kev at Damage 365 Radio.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hello, ladies. The Big Valboski here, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
Wrestling Superstore, selling wrestling memorabilia from all around the world, including WWE, TNA, Japan, Mexico, and the very best of the independents. They've got action figures, DVDs, autographed memorabilia, t-shirts, and more. Plus, stop in and get tickets for great promotions like UWA Elite, CZW, and many others. Located indoors at the world-famous English Town Flea Market, Green Building, booth number 35 on 90 Wilson Avenue, Manalapan Township, New Jersey. Open every Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Log on to Facebook.com/Funkenstein Inc. for more information.
This is Eddie Edwards, one half of the Wolves, and you are listening to Damage 365 Radio, where the hunt is on.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun.
I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you enjoyed that interview with WWE Hall of Famer, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Of course, we want to thank Ted